This is a 1987 Bigfoot 11.5 foot truck camper. I'm making this video because there's not a lot of information on these older campers. It's currently sitting on a 2018 F450, which I was told wasn't possible because the older campers are too wide to fit into newer trucks. However, this particular camper has been modified to fit, and I'll show some of that in a minute. This truck used to carry a 2019 Arctic Fox 990, but it was totaled off in a collision with a deer. Although insurance has paid for a new camper, it won't arrive due to COVID. And when it does arrive, it'll be in the winter time, and this season will be over. So we went out and purchased this camper from a lady in a rural location. And it took quite a bit of work to bring it home because it was sitting in the back of an old half-ton box in a field with 4 leaky jacks. Currently, a new Arctic Fox in Canada, the camper we're looking at, is worth upwards of $70,000. So this camper can be bought for 1/20th the price of a new Arctic Fox. Yeah, that's what I said. This camper was 1/20th the price of a new camper. Now, it is not a new camper because it's built in '87. However, we found after working on it for a few days that it's perfectly serviceable. It has air conditioning and all the other amenities that the newer camper has. Here's where it has been narrowed. You can see this sail panel on the back here. It goes in quite a bit right here where my hand is. It should be flush. It's got a minor crack there. This camper appears to have been modified many years ago, and you can see the modification it has so that it fits inside of the newer trucks, and it will fit right inside of this F450 without any trouble. So it should fit any newer truck. However, we did have to space it back a few inches from the front, and it's sitting on a 4-inch riser to give me the cab clearance I need, because this newer truck has cabs that are far higher than anything was built in the 80s. I don't even know if they had 4-door trucks like this in the 80s. But it's in decent shape. There's no big cracks in it or anything like that. All the lights work. There's a set of stairs out back. And it actually comfortably fits on this F450. This camper probably weighs over 4,000 pounds. With water in it, probably more. So it needs a dually at a minimum to haul it. But the previous owner was hauling it with a single rear wheel and airbags. When we brought it home, all 4 of these jacks, these older hydraulic hijackers, they need O-ring kits. All of them are leaking terribly. And it was quite sketchy lifting it up, and I'll try and provide a few pictures of the extraction, is what we call it, because literally it was an extraction from its resting place. I use fast gun tie downs. I find them the easiest and the best to work with. The only real problem we found with this is that the water heater is leaking. And I took the tank out and found out it had a couple of previous JB welds on it. And there's a tiny pinhole leak in it now, but that's going to be replaced. I have a new tank on order, which is about $400. But that is the only real problem we've discovered. And we'll go inside. Quite a bit of room in here, as you can see. The cab over is quite big. We bought a new mattress for it. I'm gonna open up the blinds here. Get some light in here. It's raining outside right now. Cab over is quite spacious actually, has a lot of room. The woodwork is all in excellent condition. This is the original upholstery. And at 11.5 feet long, it's a big camper. Has a nice galley, fridge, oven, range hood. The fridge has a freezer in it. I've tested it. The fridge works on propane, 12 volts, and 120. Pass-through window to the truck. Someone put in a AM/FM cassette player. Water tank is under this compartment right here. The dinette is in actually really good condition. There's tons of overhead storage. This particular camper has a wet bath with a ceiling fan, shower, and a toilet. All of it's in working condition. And it has a ton of storage, like I said. All these overhead cabinets are huge. There's a massive closet up the back here for hanging coats and I don't know, whatever else. Big lawn chairs and things you want to bring along. We put a few bounce sheets in to freshen it up. But yeah, at 1/20th the price of a new one, this is a remarkable bargain. You can see all the big drawers that pull out underneath, and which has us thinking. The new camper is on order, and it is coming probably in 6 or 7 or 8 months. But is it worth it to buy a new one? I mean, this old thing is old, and I understand that, but 1/20th the price of a new one. And this Bigfoot is built very nicely inside. It's well thought out, and it's in good condition. And these things are available for the same. We got a good deal on this one, but you can find these for very reasonable prices. Now, if you can't fix things yourself, like I'm fixing the water heater, that could cost you some money, but everything is easy to get at and easy to work on. I don't see why anybody couldn't do minor repairs or even install an appliance themselves in this thing. All the gauges in this actually work well. I've just emptied all the tanks. The water pump works, the battery connection works. The battery door is actually underneath the oven there, and the battery is stored in the box of the truck. Not like the Arctic Fox, which the battery was stored, 2 of them sliding in and out on the inside. So this video is intended to encourage anybody if they want to go truck camping on cheap. Yeah, you can't go wrong with an older Bigfoot. This one's 11.5 feet long, so it's a little longer than most people would want. But the 9.5 foot models are regularly available too. And they're a good deal for the money. The air conditioning is ice cold and it works just fine. I was amazed when it fired right up. Except for the water heater, this thing is ready to go, ready to be put to use. So I hope this helps somebody if they're looking for a cheaper, older camper.